pledge allegiance
to the flag
of the United States of America,
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Got the agenda in front of us here. We'd look for an approval motion.
I so move.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion is passed for the approval agenda. Approval of the minutes for the August 13th meeting.
I so move.
I will second that. Any input from the public in the audience? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion's passed. Treasurer's report, August 2024.
Can you get that?
I can. Kevin's on vacation, good for him. Just the highlights of the treasurer's report for the month of August. It started out with deposits of $229,073. We received from the county payments for $10,710. Fire fund 172. Front foot assessments collected 369, and the secondary road capital fund 13, for a total of 11,263. This month we spent way more in expenditures, which include payroll and payroll liabilities. The road materials are actually the notes that we've gotten back from people in certain developments that have been paid off. The other large expenditure this month was the dust road stabilization dust suppressant for $230,935. And we've got professional fees, equipment and vehicles. I didn't ask him what that was for unless anybody here know that. I can get that from Kevin and have him point that out next month.
Sure.
And then repairs, maintenance, shop supplies, utilities and phones, and administrative. So our total expenditures were $218,772. So our expenditures were greater than our receipts by $207,509 for an ending balance $21,564. That plus our CDs and this development savings equals $916,194. But I will have Kevin point out the equipment and vehicles one for next time. So anyway, that's that report.
Any questions anybody has concerning the report? If so, hold them for next month. When Kevin's back.
Yeah.
Any questions? All right. If not, we'll look for a
Is it all cash or just?
I move we accept the treasury report as read.
motion to accept the treasury report as a second. I will second it. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Same sign if opposed. Not hearing any, we will pass the treasury report as presented. Old business, water damage with the crisis management.
Kevin just wanted me to announce that he has completed to date, or as far as he could before he left on his vacation, that he's filled out that crisis management report. And there's more to turn in on that. So he just wanted everybody to know it was up to date before he left, and you will continue with that in the future, and we'll keep you aware of what's going on. It's for the flood damage that was caused in June in certain areas, so that's it.
Okay. If there's no more questions about that, we can move on to the Kim Circle on culverts there on old business.
Yeah, Marv talked to Randy and just one culvert. You said most of the culverts look good, don't they, Randy?
I went on a visit with Mark the other day and we accepted one address down there where the flooding came down the ditches in a great amount of 1,000-year rain, and it had washed the soils off the back side of the culvert and where it washed behind the culvert, and it was talking about a hole in the culvert. Actually, what it was is the gravel was eroded from the backside of the culvert. We crawled in the culvert, took a look at it. The culvert's intact. It's all in good shape and seemed to be working. But the problem is all the water came down there, has eroded the bottom of the water flow down there. The silt has gotten so great to whereas the ditch is actually about 6 to 8 inches higher on the flow line of these culverts. You know, and they've been silted in for years and years, you know, and you talk about maybe putting a couple of smaller culverts to hold more water. But in my opinion, I think what needs to happen at Kim Circle is somebody needs to get a spot from the start of it and a spot to the end of it and make sure it all grades and grows, you know, and because we're always out there fixing one here, fixing one there. And we seem to be throwing a lot of dollars in this stuff here. And of course, as we replace one, they get bigger and bigger, you know, and they generate a lot of dollars in these driveways. Not that it would be nice to have a nice wide driveway, but you've had a small one for some time, you know, and it worked fine until all of a sudden now, you know, when you can improve this thing. I think there should be some share cost in some of that instead of the township just going out and just saying, well, here's what you got and here's what you're going to get. I did a preliminary budget on the one culvert, not counting the two 24-inch, 30-foot culverts. And we were at like $5,500. And that was ditching from one culvert all the way down those double barrels down the end down there. And that was, they said he wants some topsoil back on there and reseed it and get it all so it's all hands free and taken care of. You know, that's then I don't think that really warrants that because the culvert's in good shape. You know, the ditches have a lot of ruts in them and they threw rocks in to slow the water flow down and then they all throw them in to fill the holes in, but it's just maybe some dirt to re-ditch them, dig them out, do something. But the problem with Kim Circle is it's not Kim Circle. It's the farm field across the road and all the water sheet grades down the hill, gets in that first ditch, and that ditch is silted in so much and it can't hold it. And that should all kind of go down and get along the highway, run down that way, like it used to, I think, at one time. I don't know. But it, you know, it's to put an evaluation on all that because we've replaced Kim Circle. Well, I mean, we're out there annually doing one here, doing one there. You know, just look, I noticed that some on the far north side, the north road, the north side, some of the culverts have silted in where you can't even see the outlets on them, you know, I don't know if it's a road grader error or peeling too much in or snow, gravel from the wintertime coming in, filling in on these things, or that just guys pushing their own snow off their own driveway, you know, filling in the culverts. But as far as getting that amount of water in one time, you know, what was it? Once in 100 years?
Supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's coming sooner now.
No.
Yeah.
Too well. When the next one's going to be a big one.
So
But Kim Circle will handle, because you got those two culverts on the outlet down there, will handle the south side and also handles the north side when it comes around here. But it just comes down such a, you know, it's the same amount of water, just a little faster.
I think we probably should do is look at it and maybe clean the ditch out so that at least the bottom of the pipes are.
Well,
we'll carry it away.
But if get the flow line back in, you know,
Yeah.
put the flow line back in. The one house, I think, is about 145 feet. He's got 6 inches of fall from the property line, from the end of his culvert to the property line, 6 inches of fall. That's tabletop flat, you know. But so from the one culvert, not counting the driveway we're talking about, but another driveway up, that's got to be what, 300 feet, 18 inches of fall. She's pretty flat in here. And how a guy can make sure it all runs that way, I don't know.
As I say, it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
There's a lot of areas in Sioux Falls that same way.
You know,
Flat.
we've done our best on the north side here. We put a lot of those in there. Of course, we spent some time out there. We shoot the inlet and we divide that in a third, sixth, whatever it takes. Make sure the thing all run down and kept, you know, pretty symmetrical running out the end down there. But as far as replacing that culvert's fine shape. Just wasn't big enough for the big rain we had. You know, if they wanted to add on, you put an addition on. It's only a 20-footer, and I could see where it'd be a problem. It's a 20-foot culvert, and the ditch is 4 feet deep. You know, if you're not an experienced driver or not know where you're at, it could cause a problem. Sure. Yeah, that's my opinion.
Okay.
do you think, were you getting that on the east side of 482nd to maybe get more water flowing north and south?
I don't know. I would think on the east side of that 482nd there, as I drove out, I looked at the corn stalks, you know, they're about 20 feet in the field where they've accumulated. So it all washed down. They've all piled up in there against the fence, you know, so everything just keeps higher and higher. And, but the ditch is filling in, you know. I don't know what the end is on the
I
highway.
think if you go south, you're gonna hit flat rock,
Are you?
bedrock at the end of that,
Oh.
by the old railroad.
The old railroad tracks are at.
You know,
And that's what limits you a lot of times. Granite will
Yeah.
just stop you.
it's, they used to farm out to there and, you know, they hit granite about
Oh.
6 inches deep, so they
Yeah.
kept making their hay metal further in.
I did have one recommendation to the one homeowner there, and I don't think I made a friend. I said, well, just curb, gutter, and blacktop. I didn't like the sound of that, but as far as just going out there, but that's what a guy needs to do is just, you know, the ditches on the north side and the south side of Kim Circle are the deep ones. The south side, the shallow one, and it just catch it right there, and it all kind of accumulates right there. Maybe a guy to go in there and just put, but you know, they are 36-inch culverts, so they're tall. And the next thing, if you put maybe a 42-inch squash or something in there, then the driveways get humped up so bad, you know,
Yeah.
and they can't get it because there's such a low profile. Maybe put a couple of double barrels all the way through the thing. You know, a pair of 24s. That's the equivalent of 48,
Yeah.
you know.
You change their ditch though too.
Huh?
You change their ditch. too.
Well, but if you do 24s, now you can get the culverts up. You don't
Yeah,
have to,
I
you
know.
can get them up. They still got about 6-8 inches driving on, but you can get them up. Then the flow line stays there and the ditches don't get so deep. Because if you go back there and ditch them in there, them ditches are deep.
Yeah.
You know, so if you do like a pair of 24s, you know, maybe go halfway up or something in there, take some time and shoot it and look at it, you know, and go along that way. Pair of 24s and 48-inch culvert, then shoot them down that way. One recommendation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
So Rich, you're saying to put it out
Yeah, that's,
some time and look into it, investigate
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
ideas and.
You gotta get with their association too, as Kim Circles Association.
Yeah,
will come out of their funds.
Because Marvin was kind of talking about, you know, just call the location and go for it, you know. And so, and I said, well, somebody said they wanted some preliminary numbers on this thing. So I put some preliminary numbers on there, you know. And if you're going to do all this there, you know, you just, well, as long as you're there, you're already mobilized there, keep adding on and pick the rest of them up and cut the cost down per
Yep.
driveway or
Yep.
something.
and as far as you saying, they do have a fund for Kim Circle residents that live in there.
Yeah.
Does this project
Front
involve
footage.
all of them?
Oh, do they? Oh,
Yeah, they have some
oh,
funding,
yeah.
so it's not like the township is paying the full.
Oh, I
price.
guess I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah,
I was just looking out for the township pocketbook.
Well,
Well,
I
yeah,
hate to say
I
they've got enough, but
no, I don't know that they have enough,
But
but
that's
they have a
part of the
way to
process.
Yeah, but-
accumulate it.
Do you guys buy the culvert or they gotta buy the culvert?
They gotta buy the,
They gotta buy the culvert?
Yeah.
So there's some serious money there too, you know?
if you're gonna go that double barrels. So.
Well, yeah, but either that or a 42-inch squash.
I think the last I looked, and they have had 0 assessments because they've built their funds up
Oh.
for issues in the past, and I think they have a balance of like 8,000 something.
I don't give my name.
So,
okay, okay.
so we'll just table that and for more.
But as far as that culvert and driveway being compromised, it is not compromised. They are driving across it and Split Rock Township put some gravel to fill that void in the backside of the culvert,
Right.
you know, and then it's got some erosion on the side. They've been putting rocks and stuff on here, kind of to protect it from future.
Okay.
It's not very pretty,
Yeah,
you know.
but we have some alternatives to fix it, right?
Huh?
We have some alternatives
Yeah.
to fix it.
Yes, we do. There's other ways of doing it. I mean, you
Yeah,
know, but I mean, Kim Circle, it seems like you're always doing something to it.
I know. So, but thanks for all that, Randy.
You're welcome.
For
Yeah.
letting everybody know.
Very good. Okay, anybody else? Any old business there that's not moving on to new business, the speed bumps at Mystic Meadows?
Yeah. You wanna go?
What?
You wanna take that?
Yeah, we use the speed bumps we had for the township up at, Pine Lake Hills,
Pine Lake
right?
Hills, yeah.
Okay,
2 sets, we got 2
2
spots.
sets of them, yep, and you're gonna take those out this
Fall.
winter.
Later part of October.
Went late in October, okay. So, and when I talked to Rich, I had my son lives in Mystic Meadows, but he was asking about those. I'm almost imagining that the people that were driving into Pine Lake Hills, going further west with construction units, I'm almost wondering if they don't like those speed bumps and that's why they're going through Mystic now. So it's probably follow the
You shifted the flow of traffic.
yeah. So, and I know, Rich, you mentioned to me on the phone that it's not something that that you guys would entertain doing until spring, because soon we're gonna be taking out the ones from Pine Lake Hills too. And I think they're okay with that. So I think what I need to do is just have my son probably do more of a survey of the people that would be affected by that. And then we can he said that was fine, spring is fine, so I don't know at what point, you would look at putting those right back in the spring.
Well,
April
once we get beyond
or-
weather
Yeah,
changes, we put them
yeah,
back in.
freezing and stuff
Oh,
like that.
and add those to it too.
Yeah,
If
and
that's what they all want.
Yeah,
But
well, I
it
want
is,
him to take a survey of the people, cause I mean, if somebody on my road wanted to put those in and I never heard anything about it until they popped up, I think it should be a communication.
it's quite a bump.
Huh?
If you've been through Pine Lake Hills,
It's
it's
quite
quite a
bump.
jaunt.
Yeah. So, and that's what they're having big trucks come through there now, and I think it's just a
Yeah.
pattern of them moving to the street south of them, so. I just put it on there for us to talk about it.
Okay.
And then I'll have Andy follow up with his neighbors on Mystic, I think it's Mystic Drive. And go from there, if they wanna come and talk to the supervisors at some meeting between then and now and then, I should say. But that's all I think we need to do at this time. So I'm not sure the payment, if it's gonna be the township, cause they had those at the shop that they put at Pine Lake Hills.
But we did buy some more.
Did
It
you buy
wasn't
some
enough.
more?
We had
Okay.
4 and
Yeah.
it takes 4 to do the
Okay.
road all the way across.
Are they temporary?
They're temporary, we pull them out in winter time for blade,
Screw them down?
that they're pinned down. Then in winter time, we'll take them off and then silicone the holes back up and then
Yeah.
re-drill them in the spring.
Season.
They work for a while until they drive on the grass, go around them.
Yeah, that's true.
There's always,
Just so you don't take a kid out on the
oh,
drive by.
Do they go across the entire road width?
Yeah.
There's no gap in between, like for
Oh,
kids on bicycles or anything?
yeah, well, 4 of them will do that.
Okay,
Yeah, you don't have, they're probably that much apart, they ain't very much.
okay, yeah,
And that way you cover the whole roadway instead of,
right.
yeah.
They haven't made speed bumps for gravel roads.
does it slow them down, making them go the other way, does it?
Well, I think it's going to some of them,
Is it?
but it's slowing it down for the kids.
Washboard, yeah.
Get parents that
I've
have
heard
kids in
that
there,
before
and
too nowadays.
they want the traffic slowed, and it slowed it down.
Yeah,
So, yeah, something we'll look at.
Yep.
Get it done.
yeah, we'll talk about it, and I can see if some of his neighbors could come to a meeting too.
Okay, we'll move on to elected official updates.
Rich, I didn't put that on the agenda, but you're gonna talk about mowing the ditches.
Yeah.
I'll let you bring that up now,
Okay.
under elected officials.
What we got going in the township right now is Troy's going out cutting trees in the ditches, little trees and
Yeah.
stuff. Not the big ones that are
Yeah.
on Spook Road, but the smaller ones, But he's doing that. Then he's gonna, I guess Friday, he's gonna have John come in and run the water truck. And then they'll touch up some of these gravel roads that are getting the washboards again.
Yeah.
You just don't wanna break it up without getting the water on it to get it back again.
You guys doing all the trees? All the roads in the township?
We're working on it, yeah.
Try to get-
How
Especially the new saplings that are coming up.
how do I get my trees down
You want all of them done?
on 10th Street here?
Is it gonna take a chainsaw?
Well, no, I guess, I talked to the city down there to get some trees cleaned up.
Yeah.
So they took that big cottonwood and trimmed him up. And they found the old cable wire on the north side of the road.
Seen that.
But the south side of the road is, you got the tree branches blocking the safety signs, vehicles turning and all that, just over vegetated. So I stick my nose out there. And as soon as that light turns green, get out of the way. They're coming. And you can't see them. So who's the guy talking about getting the city's property cleaned up?
The city.
Oh, yeah, you
Yeah,
got
the city property is not.
any
ours.
connections?
Shannon Austin.
Yeah, we will the 19th.
Call Shannon.
We'll see him on the 19th.
Oh, yeah, I thought they were supposed to come down. We cut them all down and cleaned them all up and cleaned the ditch out because they're about 5 feet off the roadway. Yeah. I hate to do it myself. I don't have a frontage charge that side, do I?
Sorry, it's their right away, right?
Yeah.
That was one of the things I had here. Maples really gotten overgrown,
Yeah.
the ditches, but I mean, you got some olive trees out there that are 10, 15 feet high already.
Yeah.
And then are those gonna get,
Yeah. They're gonna get cut too.
Yeah.
As long as they're in the right of way, we can't go beyond the right of way.
no, they're. in
Private
the-
property,
they're-
we
they're in
can't
the
do it,
ditch.
but-
They're-
Yeah. Randy.
and,
I'm
Um,
not private property.
Yeah.
Trust me.
so are you, after that all gets done, then you guys gonna do another mow?
We're mowing, yeah, that's what we're
Yeah.
gonna, that was another thing I was gonna say. Mowing will start here towards the end of the month and he'll mow everything,
Okay.
all that he can.
Can I ask a favor?
Yeah.
On my east side of my property there, that ditch, the hill's really steep. I mow some of it. But I don't, farther down the hill, I don't mow because it's just too steep for me to get up and down. Is there a way that, I don't know if that.
Well, we got the
mower-
boom, but you can only do so much with a tractor before it gets tippy too. So,
Well, if he drives in the ditch, can he turn it this way and mow?
Yeah.
That would be my, and it's gotten so tall that it's
Yeah.
kind of blocks the view of traffic coming when you're pulling out on.
right, on the Maple.
Yeah, coming from the east.
Yeah.
And then, so I was just gonna ask if they could, see
Yeah.
if they could do that.
I'll make a note of that.
Okay. And then if he wants, he's sure welcome to drive up on top, if it'd be easier for him to come on the top and lay that boom down this way and mow it.
Yeah.
I have no problem doing that. And-
That's the biggest problem is with that boom mower. I mean, it gets tipsy if you hang it far enough.
Yeah.
See, maybe we should look into someday getting a boom mower. But then that's slow too.
Yeah.
'Cause then you got another piece of equipment and
I got one of them.
boom
I
mower.
didn't know
Yeah,
how
six
far
foot.
that thing would fold up or down.
Yeah.
And I know it folds up quite a ways.
Yeah, and it'll go down, but how far can you go down in there without?
Even if he didn't go down, even if he
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
to drive up on top of that
Like this.
bank and just leave it flat. Cause if he gets down the hill too far, that could be,
Yeah,
no. Okay,
Yeah.
thanks, Rick.
yeah, we'll do that. I guess that's all I got.
I,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
I just got a couple little things. We got, the DOT has asked us to weigh in on some of the
And I got,
east end of 267th Street when they think they want to do their new divided highway all the way to the state line.
I have a email I got
You got
from,
something on that as well?
well, this is from, and these guys came to our meeting, maybe 4 or 5 months ago, kind of stating it's for 267. And these guys are from LG Everest. So some of you might remember them coming and talking about this. But he sent me an email saying, would you please relay this to the township board? So I'll just read it out loud he does kind of say they'll be doing it either in October or November, but says we need to do some berm repair work at the quarry on the south side along 267th Street. This will require us to access the work area from 267th Street. As part of the work, we will need to utilize the road to move equipment and materials in and out of the work area. We anticipate the work taking approximately 2 weeks to complete. We fully intend to take responsibility for any debris, tracking, etc., or damage to the road caused by the work. If needed, we will also add some gravel to the road and make sure it is in similar or better condition before the work. We will access the area from the West County Road and we will not go east beyond the work area. The work area is approximately 1/2 mile east of 481st Avenue. I am anticipating this work to happen in October or November timeframe, pending the contractor's schedule. So does the board require anything from us, such as a temporary access or use permit? I guess I'm not aware of any. I don't know, guys, we need to look into that further.
No, I mean, as I sit here, I'm not aware of any permit
Okay.
access. to-
Says we have reached out to the county and we have their approval regarding our conditional use permit. We also informed the county that we would coordinate with the township to ensure we meet any of their requirements. Please let me know if you have any requirements or what more you would need than this notification. Let me know if you have any questions or concerns and I'll be happy to address them. Thanks for your help and have a nice evening. So I think I'll just attach this notice to the minutes so we have it noted, the time and place that we spoke about it. And like I say, I know if I went back when they came to us before, we had it in the minutes as well. So this is the time they're gonna start to do it. So I had that one and Todd got 1, 2 here. What did you?
Yeah, this is more to the east side that started back when Matt Staub was on the board.
Oh,
It's
that's
something we'll
quite a
just,
while.
we'll follow up with the DOT and the landowners more
Okay.
importantly.
We can attach that to the minutes as well.
Yeah, it's just
What's that actually gonna be?
down towards the east side of Jacobson's. Kind of headed towards Eric Wright. You know, but again, it's just a suggestion they have, nothing's in stone. You know, I do know that they're way behind in getting a lot of the landowners on board on this whatsoever. Anyway, that's a long way down the road, I believe, just to make everybody aware of it.
Okay.
Um,
And we can
what
put
is
a
it?
copy of that.
Just a minor rollover accident on 483rd, north of Creekview Circle where I live.
Got
Those
this.
darn cars find culverts all the time in rollovers. Just made a little minor damage to the culvert. Nothing that you'd want to replace the culvert and ruin a township road. Just a little bit on the end. We'll send the guys out. Again, the fire department notified me on that. Just to keep us up to date. That was appreciated from them.
I've seen the tracks.
You see the tracks? Yeah, I think she got out of control. The young girl learning to drive, I was told.
The only other thing I wanted on everybody's agenda, I had, I was waiting for the door to get opened here and I was looking at the calendar and I forgot about this, but we're required to have, 2 meetings. Well, no, we're required to have a meeting the last Tuesday of October. And so that October 8th is incorrect, just cross that one out. And it's supposed to be the 29th, I think, of October at 7:30. So that was my mistake. And I'll have Virgil put a notice of that on the website that we changed that meeting, so. Sorry about that. October 29th.
Yep, it'll be the 29th.
So that's all I have.
The only other thing I got is we did apply for some rural infrastructure grant funding. Does sound like the one that's hottest on our agenda will be the 267th Ridge over by Dick Funky's. It's posted as 8 ton right now, and they're well aware of the condition. And other ones are on down the road a little ways, there's other on the list. I listed them all and got it back to them before August 31st.
Okay.
Appreciate that.
That's all I got. Anybody else on elected official updates? If not, we will move forward to the public comment. Anybody want to address concerns, Dick?
I just have a question. I know we got a culvert laying on Lead Rock that we were gonna put in.
Yeah, you don't want that?
Well, no, I'm wondering if we're ever gonna do it.
We're gonna do it, or you're gonna do it.
Well, the culverts, you guys were gonna install it. I paid for the culvert.
Well, I was under the wrong impression there, Mark didn't tell me about it, but you want us to put the dirt on it?
Well, that's the impression I got. Maybe
Oh,
I
I thought-
heard you wrong. I don't know.
I thought you had dirt back in there that you could put on it,
Well, once we get the gravel onto the pile of dirt you can use,
yeah.
but I thought you guys said you wanted to install it, so you got done right and so on and so forth. But, don't matter to me.
No, it's a minimum maintenance road, so I mean, it's just, I know,
Well, you can do minimum.
yeah, I know, but I'm just saying that I was under the wrong impression. That's why the guys just told me that the other day, so they haven't covered it up yet. It's still laying where we.
No, it's still laying there, and your digger broke down at the time you were gonna do it.
The mini excavator did, yeah.
Yeah, cause you did the other one into my field.
Yeah,
Cause I bought the culvert there and you put it in. And
Yeah.
So my assumption was you did the same thing over here, but let me know.
okay.
I
We'll
don't
get,
need it yet.
yeah, no, that's been,
Randy might.
Hello?
okay.
Thank you for that.
What's
You
this
might
need?
need-
What,
you
does
might
need
need
dirt
to-
on top of it or something or what?
You might need to end your property, the culvert's over there.
Oh, yeah. Well, we have to be told. Remember, we're just hired the neck down. All right. We don't do no thinking. That's what we got the table for. There we go.
So you'll add that on your list of things
Yeah.
to do? Okay.
See, the trouble with us, we don't have dirt to get. So we either gotta buy it,
Well, you took the dirt out of the ditch.
Yeah.
And you cleaned the ditch and you piled it up in the corner there.
yeah, well, we can use that,
Yeah, you can use that once they.
but is that gonna be enough? We don't know.
Well, if not.
Put some
Yeah.
gravel on it then. We gotta do a little gravel or something.
Thanks, Randy.
Scrapes them off the road.
Yeah.
Well, don't take it off the road.
Yeah.
Yeah. No wonder we got our other gravel.
My mother used to.
Okay,
All right. Next,
Randy, do you want to talk about,
What, my frontage property?
yeah,
I was just wondering, is that frontage property, is that the driveway into the house or the land you own against the road?
used to be where the door was at.
yeah, the
Okay,
side
so-
where your front door comes out,
Yeah.
it's that front footage on the road,
That's a private driveway, a
That's
private
it.
road
yeah.
called East Harvest Way.
Let's wait till Kevin gets back
Yeah,
here and
Kevin has
discuss this, cause
Oh,
he's
yeah.
been dealing with the county and dealing with front footage and all that.
I guess,
so
can I get a minimum maintenance sign too? Put on the road?
We can discuss that when Kevin gets back.
Yeah, I
You gotta
think
get
you're right
accepted
to
in
wait for
township.
Kevin.
I am a township, you know, I'm
You
between,
just said it was private.
I'm between the state, I'm between
Yeah.
the federal and the city and the split rock. Nobody wants to claim me.
You're a wild soul.
What can I do?
has it been a dead end your whole life?
You know what I'm thinking? I think maybe we could just maybe abandon the road.
You could probably vacate it
I
as
could
a
think.
private road or whatever.
You'd have to take care of everybody that's got property along.
I would.
And that'd be the
We'd,
city.
we'd pull them out of the snowbank like we have. We do the same stuff we do now. We grade the road, mow the ditch and take
But
it.
you don't have to. You're not supposed to grade the road.
You can find
Who
it.
does that?
We do.
Who's we?
The
The
township.
township does.
What
Your
body?
sons.
What body are you talking about?
Your sons in the wintertime, they
Yeah.
do the snow
We
removal.
might want to get in professional snow removal, so we might be busy, you know?
Oh, you competition with the city there or the
Well,
township.
Well, we thought about, we just go professional, and just sub out there.
Okay.
All right, move on.
Okay. But, yeah, I could call you and let you know when we're gonna put it on the agenda, so Kevin can. talk
Yeah,
about
I'll
it.
just take
But
care
you're
of it.
right, I mean, that is a private road, I
Yeah.
thought, but. I don't-
Cause if it wasn't for the mailman, just be one car a
Not
day.
harvest.
Not- Oh, that one. That one, we don't know what it is. It doesn't really say private.
What, that one?
It's named, but
It's private because according with the city fathers down there, to have a field access, I had to put I put an entrance in. So it's called East Harvest Way and it's private.
Yeah. So maybe that is the answer, but.
That's according to Higher Intelligence downtown.
well, we'll make a note of that. And so we got it on our record too then.
If not, look on Google Maps.
Yeah.
I'll show it to you. I've got guys wanting to drive to Uncle Ed's. And
Yeah.
they're gonna go to the bean field.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right, anybody else? Julie?
Yeah, I just a follow-up from last month. I requested just the township go and take a look at the trees on
We did.
Dam Ridge. Okay, do the
Yep.
ones at the far, in the end of the cul-de-sac are the ones that we, because that's where we push the snow, so it's not in anybody's direct. and that's where it's the lowest.
You want inside the road and by the cul-de-sac?
Yeah,
I thought, what you were talking about was the site problem coming to the 26th Street.
both things.
That was, we looked at that one on 26th Street, and you can get your ways back from the stop sign, and you still see both ways.
No, what I was looking at was the obstruction was right to the north of the mailboxes.
Yeah,
When you go up to that easement, or you go in towards us, we almost had two, because people pull in to get their mail.
Yeah.
And then somebody can't see them coming down that easement way, and they make a cut to come right, and you can't see anything there.
but the trees are trimmed back. They are back a ways, but
The tree.
by the mill, past the mailboxes, get down to the highway to 26th Street.
Yep, I'm not talking about those ones. I'm talking about the ones on Dan Ridge that go back into that cul-de-sac.
I know where you're at now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back in the back side of that cul-de-sac particularly, but even along, if ours are too much in the way, or Mr. Bill's are too much in the way, or in the back there.
Now, don't get this,
No,
Push
we're
and
just
shove.
trying to make sure we protect
yeah,
the equipment that we're using.
right.
And we have to put the snow someplace, and then the last time, back in that corner is partly McKnight's, partly, we put it in like 3 or 4 different places when we have to push the snow. And we anticipate that it's gonna be fairly heavy this year, so that, back in there, the trees aren't, the rest of them have been cut pretty much.
Okay,
But just if you could check that for us,
Yep.
we'd appreciate it. It's only so we don't damage our equipment as we're trying to take care of it.
I'll take them over tomorrow,
Thank you,
take a look at it.
thank you.
Any more public comment?
I have a question on the Maple Street project.
Yeah,
Have you guys sat down and talked with?
we're meeting, we just got a email today, on the 19th at 1 o'clock, we're supposed to meet. And just kind of what they got planned. We did this one other time, it's out so far, but there's still,
Well, let me tell you what they told me, because I believe it's a issue for the town. It's not my issue, although
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
But they plan on cutting the hill down there at where I get on, the east section there, or interchange.
Yeah.
And they're saying at least 4 feet. And once they cut that down, only the ditch area and the road will they have level. From there, they want to cut it up at a 1 to 3, so 1 foot high, 3 feet back on Indian Hills Trail.
mhm,
They're just gonna cut it up, and that's where they're gonna quit. So now you got a blind spot. When people come down, they're gonna be coming up the hill and drop down to the stop sign.
Yeah.
And you'll have that blind spot with everybody coming up there. And I asked them, well, aren't you gonna flatten that out, make it nice like it is now? No, that's not our problem.
well, one time they were talking about a bike trail through there too.
Well, the bike trail, yeah, that's still there.
And
but
that's-
That's on the north side,
Yeah.
10 feet of the north side, but that's on the highway portion. What I'm saying is, you have the highway and then
You're
you got
talking the
Indian
ditch
Hills
area.
Trail. They're gonna have this come up here, so they'll be at least 4 foot lower here, if not more. And you're gonna have that steep, short little deal, so people coming up there are gonna have, whoever's parked here will have a blind spot. And with all the young kids.
Yeah.
That we've got there that ride motorcycles and ATVs and whatever up there, I see an issue there, and in the wintertime, it's definitely gonna be an issue, if it's slick at all, you won't be able to stop and that.
I guess,
And
we'll-
it just to me I wouldn't think we would sit there and say, hey, you come in here and you cut it way down, and now you create this, you created a hill on our deal.
Right.
Why aren't you leveling it out? Or if you do me a favor, you'll have them move it to the east or the west one. Because they tell me the reason they're gonna cut mine down is there's more of a drop on that east deal. Well, they're very belligerent because that's not true. We can all drive by there and see it. On the west side, on our side, it goes almost 1,200 feet at a very gradual slope. On the west side, it goes about 200 feet and then it drops way off.
Yeah.
So if they were gonna drop one in my book, they drop that and it'd be way less issue for us if we'd have to take care of it as far as the township. And of course, we're gonna have to pay for it because it's our street and that. So it'd be a lot less issue if they drop that.
Well, it's good you said that. We can, like I said, we meet on the 19th. We can ask them about it and see what they got
Do
to
you
say.
guys meet with the county? Does
No.
This and that, engineers and all that, the whole works.
But
public
the
is
engineers have been out to meet us, and I'll just tell you point blank, they're not gonna change what they're planning on doing.
So the engineers did come out and talk to you?
Oh yeah, they come out and told me what they're gonna do. They wanna, they're
Yeah.
not gonna take any of my stuff, but to make things look nice, they wanna take out my north tree belt and part of my west tree belt, just to grade it so it's nice and smooth coming down there.
Well, they should have a plan then on the 19th. You know, if they're telling you that already, We should be able to see a plan.
Landowners along the
yeah.
road and discuss that, what was gonna happen.
Well, at least they got that done. They said they were gonna do it.
I read somewhere they had 95.
Well,
They usually have a town hall meeting, invite
They
all
went,
that.
they went
They- they-
individually.
Did they
3 years
individually?
ago.
Don't want you to gang up on them. Are they trying to stay on property lines?
No,
Say that again?
Are they trying to stay within the property lines?
the right of way, you're saying.
The right of way, property lines. Is that why?
Well, I don't know what they're gonna do when they go,
I'm just saying with your piece of property.
well, they're, because it's a
Are they
county
exceeding-
road, they will, because it's a county road, they'll take 17 feet on both sides.
Okay, so they're gonna make,
That 17 feet, when it's done, will be from the center of my trees about 10 to 12 feet farther out than my trees.
they even enlarge the road right away is what they did.
Right, but that's county deal. I have no issue with that. What I have an issue is them coming in and tearing out my tree belt.
Well, I guess I can kind of see where they're going. They're taking more right away from the road, so the
33 feet.
road got wider, so.
Right.
They just, yeah. Well, about it, dealt with it.
But anyway, I asked them to put up a brick wall, one of those Lego block walls.
Yeah.
They said they won't do that because it costs too much. Well,
Well, that's good.
I'm
I mean,
gonna fight them in court.
we can see what they're gonna do and what their plans are.
Right now, in my book, they don't give a damn. And I can understand, they got a little eminent domain they might delay with. But there's 4 of us along Maple Road. We're all talking legal action against them. What's gonna happen then?
Yeah.
We won't get no paved road.
I don't know just where I'm at. When they did my road, they took all our property pins and everything got slid back 15 feet on my minimum maintenance road. So, they lost 15 feet of our property.
Right.
We still maintain it.
The county?
Huh?
Because it's county now?
No, it's federal, state, city, it's everybody. No, I'm fighting everybody. No, they
But
just,
anyway, I wanted you guys to know
thank
that
you.
Yeah,
Thank you for that.
that's.
That's
gonna
good
be
info.
issues there. Yeah.
All right. If there are no more public comment, we'll have bills we have are pretty minimal. Brandon seamless gutter, repair on the shop up there was $923.87, and Weber Electric to wire a bit internally for the air compressor that we updated and replaced for $353.31 for a total of $1,277.18. Make a motion to pay bills.
I move we pay the bills.
Motion, and I second it. We have a motion and a second to pay bills. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The bills are passed. So with no executive session, we'll make a motion to adjourn.
I so move.
I'll second that. A motion and a second for adjournment. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting's adjourned. 8:16. You got 18 minutes off.